Manchester United need to pay record fee to land Brighton Hove Albion midfielder Carlos Baleba Pa per round. Manchester United will need to bid in excess of £115 million to land Brighton Hove Albion midfielder Carlos Baleba, while Brentford are preparing a bid for Bournemouth winger Dango Ouattara. Over at Newcastle, they could make an offer for forward Yoane Wissa and may submit bids for two other striking targets, Porto's Samu Agahoua and Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson. Brighton set huge Baleba fee. Manchester United will need to pay more than £115 million for Brighton Hove Albion midfielder Carlos Baleba. The Sun reports that Brighton want more than the fee they received from Chelsea for Moises Caicedo a couple of years ago. The paper writes, Manchester United will have to pay a club record fee if they want to sign Brighton midfielder Carlos Baleba this summer. The Red Devils recently made contact with Brighton over an audacious move for the 21-year-old, but the Seagulls are adamant Baleba is not for sale this window. Brighton would only begin to consider a bid worth over the £115 million they accepted for the sale of Moises Caicedo in 2023, that was a British record deal at the time, only recently being surpassed by Liverpool's £116.5 million deal for Florian Wirtz. Brentford set to make Ouattara bid. Brentford are poised to make a bid for Dango Ouattara of Bournemouth, with Yoane Wissa potentially close to an exit. Wissa is wanted by Newcastle, and with Brentford already without the departed Bryan Mbeumo, they need to strengthen their forward line. The Evening Standard reports, Brentford are lining up a move for Bournemouth winger Dango Ouattara as Newcastle prepare a fresh bid for Yoane Wissa. The Bees are looking for attacking reinforcements with Wissa, who scored 19 Premier League goals last season, set to follow Bryan Mbeumo out of the club this summer. Are preparing a fresh bid for Brentford's all-time top Premier League goalscorer as they look at replacements for Liverpool target Alexander Isak. The Magpies are ready to increase their offer to £35 million after they saw a £25 million bid rejected earlier this summer. Newcastle weigh up Agahoua switch. Newcastle have turned their attention to Porto forward Samu Agahoua, who last year was linked with Chelsea. The club also have Yoane Wissa of Brentford, and Wolves forward Jurgen Strand Larsen on their shortlist. The Athletic explains, Newcastle United are considering a move for Porto striker Samu Agahoua. The 21-year-old is high among the small number of options Newcastle are considering to bolster their attack this summer after missing out on several targets. The club are yet to make a formal approach, and there is no guarantee that the move will happen, but Agahoua is a player liked by Newcastle. Brentford's Yoane Wissa and Wolverhampton Wanderers Jurgen Strand Larsen are also considered options for the Tyneside club. Wolves, however, consider Strand Larsen as not for sale. Jackson wants to quit Chelsea. Another player that Newcastle might sign to play up front is Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, who was asked to leave the club. The 24-year-old has fallen behind the pecking order after Liam Delap's arrival, and Chelsea are prepared to let him go. The Mirror states, Nicholas Jackson has told Chelsea he wants to leave Stamford Bridge. Jackson, 24, was left out of the Blues squad for Friday night's friendly with Bayer Leverkusen and trained alone at Cobham during the day after making his desire known. Blues boss Enzo Maresca admitted on Thursday that the Senegalese striker, his first-choice frontman last term, could leave the club before the end of the summer transfer window. Jackson was signed for £32 million from Villarreal in June 2023 and penned a contract extension until 2033 last season. But the Blues have been ready to sell if any club makes a big offer. Jackson has told club chiefs he wants to explore a move away, and Stamford Bridge bosses are set to help him find a move that works for all parties. That could well be Newcastle United, who are seeking striking reinforcements and have missed out on a number of targets, including João Pedro, already. With Alexander Isak keen to join Liverpool, Jackson may well be the ideal solution.